What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. Welcome back to the channel. And before I begin, let me say thank you to all my Patreon supporters. Your support allows me to make more and better videos. I've got a few things I want to cover today, and I thought we would take a look at my VC102 Hasbro Canada version. The lovely land of Canada. They delivered to me a few months back, probably last fall, this Ahsoka, and I got this graded. And there's a lot going on with Ahsoka right now. I mean, just a ton of information. And my buddy Chris W., you guys know Chris W. very well. He's been on a couple of live streams on the channel. Chris stopped into town with his brother for a toy convention. And we executed an epic trade. So stay tuned for the end of this video, and I'll show you what we traded for. Really great to see Chris and his brother. They bought me lunch, even though I was trying to buy them lunch. And I think he went to a toy convention, bought a lot of good stuff, but thank you again, Chris, for stopping in and for the great lunch. But let's take a look at this Ahsoka before we dig into some other information. This is one I purchased back in the fall before prices got absolutely insane. They have since gone up about triple, maybe 2.5 times versus what I paid for this one. But this is a gorgeous VC102 Ahsoka, and I just haven't had a chance to show it out of the poly bag on the channel yet, but just beautiful colors. I love the card back. Ahsoka Clone Wars, and this one is punched, so it's not an unpunched example, but it is the Canadian version, and it's very hard to find the Hasbro Canada version. And here's the grading on it. The card got a 90, the blister got a 90, figure got a 95. So really nice high grade example. Absolutely beautiful colors. And here's the back. So you can tell that it's the Canadian version because it's got multiple languages. The US version does not have the multiple languages like this, and very difficult to find this. I don't know what the difference between the US and the Ahsoka Canadian version are in terms of manufacturing numbers, but I've heard that it's something like 100 to 1. For every 100 US versions, there was one Canadian, but I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't been able to verify that. But a really nice example. Now, couple of things. First, as many of you probably know, Hasbro currently has running the Vote from the Vault. That's right. They have 5 different original release vintage collection figures that fans can vote for, I think up until April 23rd. And there are 5 in the line that you can choose from. You got the Ahsoka. You have the Tank Commander from Rogue One. I don't know why that one is in there. You got Weequay. You've got the Republic Trooper, and that's who I've been voting for, is the Republic Trooper. I really want that one. And then you have Starkiller, and they're a nice lot to choose from. I question why they included the Tank Commander in that, or the Tank Driver in there, instead of maybe like Grievous. Grievous would have been a nice choice, or Jango Fett, but I'd be curious to see how Ahsoka. And this is a question I've gotten a lot from subscribers and friends: is how will the original version of Ahsoka change in value if Ahsoka wins the Vote from the Vault? And I don't know the answer to that. I'd be curious to see. You know, we've had a number of reissues here over the last year, notably the Anakin Clone War, the Kenobi Clone Wars and the Anakin that came out in the fall. I did notice that prices dropped for those for the original release after the reissues came out. But what will Ahsoka do? And that's a good question. I don't know. There's going to be some collectors that will just be simply happy with the reissue of Ahsoka. But we also do have the Clone Wars version of Ahsoka coming out in July as part of that Darth Maul Clone Wars wave. We got that coming out. And we also, of course, know about the Disney Plus show that is a spinoff of The Mandalorian. I would imagine that there's going to be an Ahsoka for that one. If not on the Mandalorian card, it'll certainly be on a Ahsoka, Disney Ahsoka show card back. So there's a lot of Ahsokas already kind of in the pipeline, I would think. And I'd be curious, even if this wins, do they really want to release another one versus, you know, picking a different one from the vault? But I guess if it wins, then they're going to have to re-release it and have yet another Ahsoka coming out. But what will prices do? I don't know. I would imagine, me personally, I'm guessing that prices will probably drop. They probably need to drop anyway. I mean, there was a European Tri-Logo card that my buddy Gerard sent me that sold on the UK eBay here recently for about $750 if you factor in the conversion rate for currency. So, and it was mint. It was gorgeous. But I would be curious to see what prices do. I would think that prices have to drop a little bit if they reissue this one. But there's always going to be some collectors that want that want the original version of Ahsoka in some form or fashion. So anyway, it'll be really curious to see what prices do. And the only other one from that vote for the vault that I have is one that only one Kenobi wants to win, and that's Starkiller. Why they didn't release Starkiller as part of the Gaming Greats line that they just released for pre-order, coming out later this summer and I think into September. I don't know why they didn't release Starkiller on that Gaming Greats card back with the Force Unleashed logo. But this is my example of VC100 Starkiller Vader's Apprentice. And I haven't had a chance to show this one out of the poly bag yet, but this one is awesome because it's been autographed by Sam Witwer. And Sam Witwer was the actor who portrayed Starkiller in the video game. He lended his likeness as well as his voice acting. And this one is autographed by Sam Witwer, as you can see right there. I got a great deal on this one before prices have gone completely insane for Starkiller. And this one has the signature series signed by Sam Witwer, Starkiller Vader's Apprentice, and this came back with a 90, 90, 95 for a 90 overall as part of the signature series. So the autograph has been authenticated by James Spence Authentication. So this is one that only one Kenobi is voting for. I know that Boss Bounty and Yakface and I think John Miko, who runs the Facebook group, they're all voting for Weequay. Only one wants this one. I'm voting for the Republic Trooper because it's gotten so expensive, and I would like to add that one to my collection. So I hope Republic Trooper wins, but we'll see. Okay, I think it's time to show the epic trade that I did with Chris W. while he was in town. And here she is. This is the US version of Ahsoka. So I've got two Ahsokas now. This one is unpunched. And also thank you to Chris's brother. Chris's brother actually is the one that got this graded. And he lent Chris W this one so I could trade with Chris. Chris is going to pay him back with his Ahsoka, which is still at grading right now. But this is the US version of Ahsoka. You can see the differences there. You got some differences here with the language warning. And this one is unpunched. But a beautiful, beautiful example. And this one also is a 90. And you can see the card got a 95, blister 90, figure 90. So an overall 92.2. So this one actually graded a little bit higher than my Ahsoka version. The big differences are on the back. And so here is how the back is different. You got the US right here on the right. You got the Canadian on the left. And so you can see the differences as it relates to the card back along with the different languages. But both are VC102. It's amazing to have two examples that are both high grade, one punched Canadian, one unpunched US. I'd love to have the Tri logo, but with where prices are these days, I don't think I could afford it. But it's not like I didn't give up anything. I had to give up two pretty epic items. I traded Chris my non-sonic welded overstock prune face Lily Letty along that was graded CAS 85 with the custom case. I'll include some photos here of that, along with the other item that was the CAS 90 third generation prune face with the flesh face. So I had to give up two of my epic prune face graded vintage items, but Chris is a longtime collector of prune face. He loves prune face, and I want to circle back to a previous Q&A video I did where Chris is wanting me to sell his stuff, and I believe I said something like, will there ever be a time you decide to sell some of your collection or just hold on to it forever? Well, let me answer your question. Chris, you will never, ever get any of my toys. No, the answer is no. So as you can see, I lied. You know, I decided to go ahead and trade Chris those items. He really wanted them. He's been bugging me for them for about a year now. So I figured that if they're going to go to anybody, they had to go to him since he loves prune face. But I could not be happier with the trade. And I really appreciate those guys coming to town and for the awesome trade. So I've got two beautiful, beautiful Ahsokas as part of the collection. That is really all I had for this video. If you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe for future content. And I do have a kitchen renovation going right now at my house. So it's really tough to find time and peace and quiet to film. So it's going to be tough to release videos, but I'll do my best. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll be back soon.